I decided to just still do a live. I was like, I don't know. So 2 people had asked me, so like if I was going to do a live. And I thought, well, I wasn't planning to, but why not? Who knows? We'll see. Is it worth saying anything? Hello, Elichada. Hopefully I'm saying that right. How are folks doing today? Is that a great question to ask or what? Yeah, so folks had wanted my, well, I mean, it's not like a bunch of people asked me. 2 people asked me. Ella Chada said, I'm sad Niners just lost. Oh, well, the Seahawks just lost as well. It was tough. Like our the what is it? The kickoff? Not the kickoff. What is it? Well, anyways, it got blocked. They brought it in for a touchdown. Well, I mean, we were already losing to who were we? I wasn't even paying attention. I just came in. So, oh, it was the Giants. We were playing the Giants. My word. So, but anyways, folks had said, like, what are your thoughts? And I think I've already kind of conveyed what my thoughts are. Yeah, Diana said, so you're a 49ers fan, huh? So, I mean, I guess it evens out in our division then if that's the case because, yeah, the Seahawks lost, so it's always tough. Now, here's the thing. I've been so busy with the loss of my friend Chad and things like that. I was surprised, like, this was the first little blip I've seen of football. Back in the day, I'd be watching football all the time. Oh, Diana, see you Thursday. You know what? We are actually planning, Chad's funeral is on Thursday. And I am wearing Wagner throwback jersey. I had bought this for him. Totally going to be wearing it at his funeral. And after the reception, we're planning to watch the game. Because that's to commemorate his life, right? He's such a big Seattle sports fan. Okay, but some folks probably are in this space going like, who is Chad? It's just one of my closest friends ever. And so just dealing with his death. But obviously you're most likely here because of Nicola, or conversations around Nicola and the new videos and the new conversation. Elichada said, oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, like I'm so excited. Not only do I get to, like, because I bought this for him, right, for his birthday. And not only do I get to keep it now as a memory of him, but I also had given him this, like, Godzilla shirt in Japan. And so I also get to keep that. So, I don't know. You know, you'd like to just keep memories of somebody. Retired teacher said, getting ready to watch Steelers. Oh, my word. Retired teacher, like, my heart is breaking about, like, as far as I know, right, is Russ still injured? I feel like that's what the situation has been. Hello, Sammy. Diana said, that's awesome. Hello, H. Manley. Javii, a lot of eyes right behind it. Said, rest in peace, sending hugs. Thank you. But yeah, so what can I say? I mean, I don't know. It's like, okay, back in the day, oh, retired teacher says funeral for sister-in-law on Wednesday for me. Oh my word. I feel like this just reality of loss all the time around us. Sorry for your loss to retired teacher. Hi, but _ Brit _ wait. Hi, 123 _ Mary _ 8. Rachella said, LOL, I private all my videos about Nicola. I'm happy for her. Aqua _ Demon said, what are we talking about? We were talking about my friend, but we probably will move into the conversation around the new information that came out. Bye for now said, can I ask what time it is where you reside? 4:36 in the afternoon. So there was an interview that Luke and Nicola did during their press tour, right? And they were asked the question, and this is the thing that I always told to people. It was actually one of my first videos. That video is probably privated at this point, but it was one of the first videos I had done. And I had said to folks that I don't think that they can see, like, when they would hold hands, during the press tour, I don't think that they considered that like love, being in love or whatever, because the full question that was asked in that interview was walking holding hands while walking. So I was big on this whole while walking. And I said, I've still never seen Luke and Nicola walk while holding hands. I've seen them hold hands, but I've never seen them walk holding hands. So I remember when I first saw pictures of her walking, holding hands with her agent, freaked me out for a second, because I'm like, oh my word, you said holding hands. But that must have been a different context, unless there was something there at one point, but like obviously not. Probably not. But so when I saw the footage of her walking hand in hand with Jake, to me that is one of the few things where she had explicitly stated in an interview that for her that's love. And I've seen that in the way she has engaged with other people when they've tried to grab her hand, right? She's given them her arm. Even her agent recently, when they went to that, I forgot what event it was. He went to grab her hand. She, gave like her arm. I mean, like she grabbed his arm instead. S. Allen 1 said, we have to accept it and let it be. All that matters is that they are both happy. I mean, to me, I have no choice personally, but for me to accept it. Now, doesn't change the fact that I'm a Nicola shipper. It's just going to become inside thoughts, though. Like, I'm going to think things out. And then, and not to say that the relationship will end, but usually relationships do end. It has its course, So assuming that, unless she marries him, I'm assuming that there's an expiration date to this relationship. And because I'll still be on the Nicola ship, I will resume talking about it when that becomes the reality. But as things stand, even though it's not a definitive, like, here's my statement that I am in a relationship with this person, that to me, because of that interview. Now, the thing is, I probably wouldn't have thought that if that interview didn't exist. If that interview didn't exist, I could see this as potentially like just her holding hands with a friend, because she is kind of touchy-feely just in general with her friend group. So I probably wouldn't have read into it. But that interview is just too embedded in my mind. And so that's why I'm like, for me, this is enough. Ned says, in Italy, Sammy said, I'm happy for Nicola and I hope the fans that were rude, hateful to Luke apologize. I hope, to be honest, because, well, I mean, I don't know that Luke needs it, or if people feel like they need, like people had the reasons for being upset, but I think he just never got any peace. Like, yes, okay, the Papgate was not the best situation, but did I think that Luke ever wanted Papgate to happen? I don't. I 100% don't believe he ever planned that, nor did he call anybody to take those photos. And I always stand by the fact that he had dead fish hands, and that's why, to me, like when I watched Nicola and Jake walking, that is a proper handhold. There was never a proper handhold in Papgate. And that's why I always stood on the fact that he seemed caught off guard. He looked irritated, and he never wanted those. They never got a quote from him, not in People magazine and not in that other publication. So even in the People magazine, where they claim to have an exclusive, all they could say in the actual actual content was it was rumored. Aqua_demon said, oh, I was on the street and saw Nicola in person. How nice. How nice. I would love that to be our reality. Would love to see Nicola up close and personal. 123_Mary_8 said Nicola is getting a lot of hate on a platform that is known to create that kind of environment. And I'm sorry for Nicola if that is the case. That's, I've heard that this is the case. There's a reason Nicola chose to leave that platform. And it was because it is, obviously every platform can have unhealthiness in it. But for some reason, the way that particular platform has been changed in the last few years, there was always that possibility, but now it's like free reign to just be as harmful and hurtful as possible. Um, Bye for now said, yeah, she also said in interviews she don't like PDA. Oh, I didn't know that. So, I mean, if that's the case, even more so that the choice to hold hands while walking is a big step for her. Rashilla said, yes, but I'm so confused why people were rude with Luke. So people are going to have different potential answers for that, Rashilla. One will be around Papgate. That's probably the biggest one because of people will always say it's about the timing. I think it's a bigger conversation. I think it brought people outside of the fantasy of Colin and Penelope, and instead they were served a visual of him pursuing what society has deemed to be the kind of woman you would pursue body-wise. And so I think it was a gut punch to many that like really believed of like there was that element to it that was extra harmful. So it wasn't just the timing, because I 100% stand on the fact that I believe that if it was reversed and Nicola was the one that revealed a relationship the day of the premiere, it would not have had the backlash that it did. I think it's a mix of both the timing, but it's the kind of woman he was seen with. It's not her fault at all. It was never her fault. She has the body that she has the body of. But I think people really ended up being mad at Luke for that. Also, I think she, the adjacent of Luke, made choices that antagonized the fan base. So she could have, so let's say, it was not like the best introduction of her to like the folks that didn't know she existed. Now, there were a group of folks that knew she existed because they had been following Luke. They knew she was in the picture. They knew she was in the picture way before regular Joe Schmoes who were just getting into the press tour found out about her, right? So for many who were not like deep diving into Luke's background with this person, they ended up, people were caught off guard. So she had a chance to kind of reclaim public opinion, right? She had an opportunity for people to like her, but she made choices to instead antagonize. Now, I need to be really careful about that, because I don't know if okay, what I will say is I don't know necessarily that she meant to antagonize, because I can't assume that. I will just say that her decision to consistently post after every other post that like Luke or Nicola would do, to try to almost take the attention away from Luke and Nicola, or to try to piggyback on their fame, really rubbed a lot of people, really rubbed people the wrong way, right? So because of that, and also because some of his friendships that people felt like were not thinking about him based off their behaviors, people did not like how some of his friends didn't seem to be protective of his privacy. And so it's not Luke's fault, and yet the residue of these certain folks, as well as his adjacent, really colored how people felt about Luke. So he took a lot of hits for things that were not even his own actions, but actions outside of himself. And it's unfortunate. _123_Mary_8 said the age difference. I have my inside thoughts about what I feel about the age difference. Now, people already know that my thoughts, it's not about ever the age gap. To me, it's always where the age gap is. But I've had enough conversations with folks to understand that people have very differing views on this. I'm never going to get involved in other people's relationships. They are still, however I may personally feel about it, they are still all of age, legally speaking, right? So that's typically what people go off of. They're legally like there. So they can make their decisions. And obviously not everybody's the same. And one of the biggest things people will always say is that depending on the experience somebody has, you know, they can be more mature. You know, the harder part for me personally is like, oh, I'm not gonna get into my own personal thoughts of why I have personal issues with it myself, because it doesn't change anything. Just because I have personal issues with it does not mean it matters, because it's not my relationship. And she's not my friend. She doesn't know me. Like, if she was asking my opinion, I'd be honest with her. C said, Luke is a true friend to Nick. I definitely think so. I mean, if there's any truth whatsoever that this relationship has been happening way before the press tour was over, which I don't know if that's the case. So I don't know. But any amount of months, Luke has been getting like blasted and beaten up every which way. And what I will always say is that Luke and Nicola have always come to each other's defense immediately. They don't address anybody else's, like, they don't address other things. But the minute you put down, like, any moment people gave the impression that Nicola was mad at Luke or Luke was mad at Nicola, they addressed it ASAP. They never allowed people to feel like there was a friction between them. So, they were very protective of each other and respectful of each other. And so to me, I always had a respect for Luke, but I have an even deeper respect for Luke if I am to assume that he was always aware of this relationship and he knew that he was getting maligned and having his name run through the mud just because people didn't know that relationship existed. He respected her privacy. He wasn't going to save himself by outing her relationship. He was always going to allow her to let that information out when she wanted it to be out. Rose _ Teresa 66 says they walked holding hands in Dublin. Any not suggesting, I'm not, maybe you're saying I'm not suggesting means anything. I still have never seen them. I mean, people told me they walked holding hands in Dublin. I have never seen that video. I'm down to see the video. I definitely don't think like repositioning themselves while holding hands is equivalent to walking. Like, to me, walking, holding hands has to be like considerable paces. I'm not saying that they never held hands but moved like an inch or two forward while holding hands, but to me that's not walking, holding hands. So if you have that footage, I'm more than open to looking at it, but I'm saying I had never seen like the kind of walk that she had with Jake, right? GMYL said, and hopefully this translated what you said correctly. It says, let's turn the page. Let's make more entertaining things. I mean, I think for now we have I personally have no choice but to turn the page. Let's make more entertaining things. I don't know if I can promise that. I mean, they were pretty entertaining. SHRADDHA. Sorry. Is that Strada? I apologize if I'm saying that incorrectly. We're into the Zendaya and Jacob Elordi phase. That's why I'm saying I'm not off the ship, because I do think relationships end. And we don't know how long this particular one is going to be. We don't even know what it is. But I do feel like I feel comfortable enough to say it exists. You know, even Luke's Adjacent, as much as I was not a fan of it, I still recognize it existed. It just wasn't something I was going to discuss as often. I still discussed it. I sounded like I said disgusted, but I'm like, I talked about it. Aqua _ Demon said, I feel like I can ship them while they date other people as long as I'm not disrespectful. Aqua _ Demon, I'm still shipping them, but it just becomes an inside thought for me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because you just gotta respect what's out there at the moment. But yeah, I'm not going to not be a shipper just because this is happening. I'm just going to wait it out because usually, again, the chances are fairly it's not zero, but it's fairly low that this relationship will lead to marriage. But maybe, and who knows if she's even into marriage. There's people that just are in long-standing relationships forever and never get married, but they're in just a perpetually long relationship like Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell or something like that. Retired teacher said who was holding hands in Dublin. I was guessing that they were talking about Luke and Nicola because people have told me in the past that there was footage where they were walking together, but I had never seen it myself. I could be wrong though. K-Pat said, I know they don't owe us anything, but it feels like the fandom was just played. K-Pat, the difficulty about that, I hear what you're saying. And it's a very valid feeling. However, I will say they have never said anything. What has happened is that the fandom attached meanings to the things that they did, which is all fun and good if people know that we are the ones attaching those meanings. Right? Like when people complain that, like, why do Nicola shippers, like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do the voice, but why do Nicola shippers analyze every post, right? It's fun. It's unserious. But it does get harmful if people can't separate, like, the fact that it is potentially just an opinion. It is not a factual statement we're making. So they didn't play anybody. I mean, we kind of played ourselves maybe, but I don't think we did play ourselves because we did see what we saw. And I think it's just that desire and that expectation that they would do something with the things that we saw. But what we saw, we saw. And that's another thing that I would like to reaffirm to people, that Luke and Nicola never lied about their connection. They've always had, like, that, the way they interacted was naturally who they were. They weren't trying to be unhinged. That was just their relationship. And because people love, they saw that, wanted them to be together. But it's not at this moment. Do I think Endgame is still on the table? Always have. Until there's no chance for Endgame, I'm always going to think Endgame is on the table. Rose _ Teresa 66 said she also said at one of the press conferences that she had a shortened episode, but that was not so. I don't know what that means, Rose. I'm sorry. Samra said, I'm actually sad, LOL. I mean, normal feeling, Samra. I understand that. And it's okay to be sad. Definitely. And not that you're asking for permission to be sad. You're sad, right? But I think sometimes, like, people short circuit people's emotions and say, like, you shouldn't be sad. Like, be sad. It's like when your hopes are high and then it gets dashed. Of course you're going to be sad. Bam says, do you think Nick or Luke friend zoned the other? That's a hard question to answer because I don't know. The answer is I don't know. I know you're asking my opinion, but I don't have enough evidence either way to say. If I were to assume someone friend zoned the other, I've always felt like it was Nicola, personally. Because she had the tendency to say certain things that made me feel like she was making it clear that it was a friend on a friend level. So if there was any tried attempts to pursue, I thought it was from Nicola to say no. But that's just an assumption. There's not any concrete evidence that I can provide you why I think that way. Dog, I don't know if you heard that sound, but okay. Dog Lady 1.0 said, my question is, where is Luke? LOL. He did say BRB, and he has not been right back. Diana said, is it hate or is it people saying they don't like the age gap? There is a difference. That's a great point, Diana. I have no idea. Since I try to avoid that particular platform, I don't know how they're communicating it. Because there is a way to communicate your concern around age gap without it being hateful. And then there is a line that gets crossed where it's like, it could be said in a different way, right? Like, there's people who disagree with me in my comment section, and I have no issues with it. But when people come at me in a particularly like disrespectful way, or they make assumptions about like how I feel, or they like put whatever like imaginary person that they're fighting with and make me like they act like I'm the imaginary person that they're mad at and they respond to me that way, then I'm like, look, just respond to me as like me, not whoever you've imagined you're fighting with, you know? So I don't know. That's a great question, Diana. Hopefully it is just discussing that they don't like the age gap, because that can be said in a way that's still respectful without being hateful. Nez says, I'm still not convinced Nicola and Jake are just friends. I'm still not convinced. I mean, I don't think that they're just friends. Personally, not after that footage. Personally. Now, there could be a whole explanation for it that could mean that they are just friends. Because again, I don't put it beyond Nicola to be not handsies. Well, actually handsy, but like she's very touchy with her friends. So I don't put it beyond. It's just I'm saying this particular specific action Nicola doesn't do casually with people. At least I've not seen it. Which does, again, just because I haven't seen it doesn't mean she hasn't just casually held somebody's hand and walked. It's possible. Shraddha. But like all this aside, where in the world did Luke go? Everybody's asking. Rose_Teresa66 says, I think press conferences answers are not that considered. However, I think it does look close. And you felt like Luke was timing. I know, y'all. I'm at 99 plus new messages that's not been read. I always get conflicted of whether I need to pass all these other messages to read things in the bottom. I don't know if I have any of my mods here, because usually if I do have my mods, they do like pin sometimes like a comment if I need to read it. So just know that I'm so behind. So there might be folks that's in this chat this live right now that's frustrated because you're saying things on the bottom and I'm so far behind. Just know I'm sorry, but I really do love reading everybody's comments until I have no choice but to like move on, because it just clears out because there's too many backlog of messages. All right. So Ima said, yeah, for Nicola, holding hands is a huge giveaway in my opinion. Melissa D8111 said, a fan on IG said they saw her at Soho Catwalk buying a J pendant there. That says love to me. Holt fam said there is, oh my word, it just kicked everything. That's what I'm saying. Blasted. It kicked everything out. So it just told me, basically that tells me that okay, hold on. How did it kick everything? I mean, I really appreciate all your messages. This is why I feel like it's important for me to read them. You know what I'm saying? Whole fam says there is a lot of hurtful things circulating on X now because of the hand holding. Rachel, thank you, Ronnie, for the Daily Harmony. Rachel said, oh, I see. Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. Like, it is what it is, right? Ima said, I don't think your opinion on why he got the hate isn't correct. I don't think your opinion on why he got the hate isn't correct. I don't, when you do, Maha, thank you for the gift. I don't know when you say don't and then isn't, like that, those like cancel each other out. So I'm like, so are you saying I do think your opinion on why he got the hate is correct? Or did you not mean to do those double negatives? Because now I don't know what you're saying, Ima. If you're disagreeing with my take on why he got the hate, feel free to share in the chat why you think that was the case. But Brit_Wait said, also with the fandom being majority women, most always side with Nick, which isn't right or fair. Rose underscore Teresa 66 said, so we are saying Nick could have cleared Luke but didn't? Seems out of character. I don't think that that's the assessment that what I'm saying is. Like, why would Nick need to do that? Why would Nicola need to clear Luke? Like, she is such a private person. Like, why would she choose to actively out herself because people are not choosing to be respectful of Luke? Like, she defended him as much as possible. I don't think, I don't know what, I don't know if I'm gonna go as far as what you're saying here, that Nick could have cleared Luke. Oh, because I don't think that's her responsibility. I think she did far more by always defending him. They both defended each other. But, like, I feel like, I don't know. I don't know how to phrase it, Rose, but I don't think that was her job. And I don't think it's outside of her character to just live as she's always lived, just because the scrutiny of the fan base had changed. Oh, Susie said Nick just posted on her story. Okay, what is it? What did she post on her story? Aqua underscore demon said, if I hold someone's hand while sitting for over 45, then we are super close. Roseanne said, Nicola just posted saying, normalize not filming strangers in public. See, that's powerful. That means she did not like that footage going out. I mean, that's the thing. Like, people forcing a conversation to be had. Ronnie says she's scolding. Okay. Yeah. Because what that does is it takes the power away from them to share when they want to share, when that kind of stuff happens. Now, people can go off and say, well, you're famous, you should expect this. Maybe, maybe not. You know, just because somebody's famous does not mean that they shouldn't feel like they still have a little bit of control of, like, how they want to express their whatever it might be. Ima said, I think Major was timing in him saying he was single in press tour. I keep hearing that he said he was single in the press tour. I actually have never gotten footage of him saying this. The closest that I have ever gotten was, like, articles that said he was, but never had a quote from him. So can people please provide me the footage of him saying he was ever single in the press tour, and not give me a magazine that does not have a single quote from him, but people assuming he was single? Now, if there is, you know, maybe he was single, maybe he assumed he was single, maybe he didn't see the adjacent individual as a real established relationship at that time. That's also quite possible. That doesn't mean he was lying. He just, as far as he was concerned, did he have a ring? No. Bridgerton Swan said the world tour, I finally remembered what WT means. The world tour was recent to an all that unhinged behavior. Yeah, but underscore Brit wait said Nicola just posted to normalize not filming strangers in public. Hey, Angela. Okay, so this is when everybody was telling me that Nicola posted. Okay. So how long were y'all waiting for me to acknowledge that this existed? Because I did not go scroll down. So I apologize if people were screaming at the screen going, oh my word, just scroll down and see that she posted something. Okay, so everyone was just acknowledging Nicola's post on IG. Yeah, Nicola is not happy. Okay. Happy Enchilada said, when exactly could she post then? When exactly could she post then? I'm not sure what that means. K.A. Strain says she posted normalized not filming strangers in public. She's upset, which is understandable. Yeah. Romy said, yes, she's right. Stalking is sad. Rosario said, Nick just sent a straight message. Veronica said, OMG, yes, I saw it, but she's a celebrity. I mean, what can she expect? I mean, again, this is a whole conversation, right? Where people have to ask themselves, who decided that as a celebrity, you give up certain things? That is an active choice by the public. The public can choose to not operate that way. And there's many people now, the new generation, some new generation folks, maybe not always, who have actively said like that they are willing to give celebrities their humanity back, you know? Because sometimes what had happened was people somehow stripped celebrities of their humanity, saying because you are now a celebrity, you can no longer have the same things that any other regular human being would like to expect that they would have. That somehow being famous suddenly relinquishes your desire for privacy, for respect, for people not invading your personal life and things of that nature. That somehow that they sign some sort of contract to give all of that away. That is actually something that I think people bought into, but people can change. And I'm personally of the mindset that I don't think that as a celebrity, I want her to expect that. I would like her to verbally say what she said, because I think the more celebrities speak out on it, the more people can try to think about how it feels to be in their shoes. I know some people are like, wow, you have a lot of money, you have all this stuff, like stop the whining. But like, all the money in the world does not replace feeling peace, you know? Maha said, do you think she's saying people are misinterpreting what they saw? Possibly, but not definitively. Possibly, but not definitively. The only reason I say that is because it could be simply that she did not want some people invading her privacy that way, or trying to create a narrative on her behalf of what it means. So it does give space that I could be wrong in my assessment of what that action meant. She could be saying that's not what it means. But it could also just mean like, please don't put me without my permission in that way, because it puts them in compromising situations. Maybe she just doesn't want to continue to have people. She wants to hopefully have respectful fans, and maybe by verbalizing like, don't do this, that fans will be respectful. Obviously, those that are not going to be respectful will still not be respectful, but at least she's giving like that as a hard line. Romy said, yeah, Nicola is right. It was stockish. Okay, so all of these comments have been revolving around it all. S. Ellen once that she posted, I think she's saying stay out of my business. Probably. Aqua_demon says she wanted privacy. Mimi said, unless the person is causing hurt, privacy is privacy, no matter how much money one has. Absolutely. Watching lady, thank you for your daily heart me. Yeah. At the very least, people, I mean, I'm telling you, like, remember, like, have you seen the TikTok where somebody's filming, like, a guy waiting for a date to come? And she shows up, and people are like, why are you filming these strangers? Because even, like, that celebrity mindset, like, of, like, oh, people don't, like, won't have any privacy. Thank you, Lizzie, for the gift. It's like, it's seeping into even regular folks, right? And and now you're feeling like, I don't want to be filmed at any point, and somebody put me on, like, TikTok or some other venue, and like I did not even know I was going to be featured there because I was just trying to live life. Azelle, thank you for your daily heart me. So like, it is something that, like, not only for celebrities, but just when did we normalize like just filming complete strangers? You know, at the same time, thank you, Rosario, for the gift. I mean, but some at the same time, I like think, I'm like, have I done this? I probably have. Because sometimes you don't even realize like how detrimental certain actions are until you're on the receiving end of it and you're like, whoa, I didn't ask to be like to have that, right? So sometimes you just have to have it happen to you before you have like empathy. I mean, I think people can have empathy without experiencing it themselves, but like sometimes that's what people need. They need to be able to experience something to realize, oh, that is actually quite detrimental. That is actually quite harmful, to have this mindset that you should expect to have no privacy because you have some sort of celebrity status. Okay. Romy says she has the right to not be followed and filmed. Absolutely. I would like to believe so. As with all of us. Pink Butterfly said, I saw her Insta story. Clearly she is uncomfortable. Yeah. Romy said, yeah, he was blasted by fandom. Fans should put their hands on their heads. Susie said, so true. I doubt they were ever mad at each other. I genuinely don't believe they were ever mad at each other. I don't. They've always, from day one, after the world tour ended, anything that ever happened, they always had each other's back. Like, they may let some other things slide, but they didn't let anything slide when it came to the two of them. Whenever any rumblings happened, they addressed it immediately. There were times that they even you could tell they collaborated together to make sure that they had very like uniformed response to it. Veronica said Luke is like incognito and on holiday. Kat said we're for sure going to get less and less now. I mean, I don't know if we're for sure going to get less and less now. I think I don't know. I don't know if that's the definitive. I think her stating this is maybe it is saying it's up to y'all's, maybe, but it's just, it's an unfortunate thing because I bet you the person who filmed that didn't even realize the magnitude of like what that kind of filming can do. Right. So they probably just thought it was so cool. I saw them. Let me put it on, social media and all that stuff. That's why, like, all of us have to make decisions. Like, any content creator, right? Any content creator always has a decision that they have to make. Because I'm telling you, most content creators get things emailed to them, right? And some will post things and some will not. And everybody has different lines about what they will or will not post. The difficulty is some people might be like, well, I know that if I don't post it, someone else is going to post it anyway. They're going to get all the clicks and the views. Like, so might as well be me that posts the video or whatever. My rule of thumb is I got to be able to sleep at night. There's so many things, especially in the beginning of my account, where I was sent things and I explicitly told people I will never post those things because it just went against what I wanted to put out. Mimi said they are each other's ride or die, even if they are not two people in love. Absolutely. There's a commitment and a genuine, real friendship between those two. So all to say, everybody makes different determinations on that because, my line is different simply because I just don't want to carry that burden of putting out information that I think can have a detrimental effect. Coco said, no one is entitled to her. If you feel slighted because she's living her life, that's your problem. So anyways, just to say, again, and when I say what I said about like choosing what to post, that is not a judgment call on anybody who chooses to post certain things. I'm just saying that every content creator has to make a determination for themselves. That is the only statement I'm making, because sometimes people may read into that. I want you to explicitly know, don't read into that as saying anything more than every content creator has to make a decision for themselves, and they have to feel fine with their decision. It's just that other folks have higher tolerances for certain things than other folks. And I'm just more wimpy about it. I mean, I don't know if I'm more wimpy. I don't know if that's the proper term, but yeah. Ellis said, I just hope she doesn't dislike the fandom now. I think that Nicola understands that there are different levels to the fandom, in the sense of, like, I don't think she will, what's the word? I don't think she will ever lump everybody in together as one thing. I don't think that's gonna be the case. Poker Kitten once said, if you really like privacy, get off social media. I mean, no. I think that, I mean, I respect that take, Poker Kitten 1, but no. I think that people can have privacy and still be on social media. I definitely do. Because if that's the case, you're saying none of us deserve any privacy. That means you don't deserve privacy. And I think you want your privacy. I don't think you would want anybody digging into your life just because you're on social media. And because you're saying social media, like content creation, you don't have to be a content creator to have your privacy invaded. If people just see your comment, they may want to go, oh, I don't like that comment. I'm going to search what this person's doing and who that kind of fear, of intrusiveness is a reality for everybody, whether you're a content creator or not. The minute you put any thought out, you have the possibility of people feeling like they're going to invade your space. And I don't think you would want that. I certainly wouldn't. Let's see. But do I understand your thought and respect it? I do. It's just I just don't think it's realistic to say everybody who wants privacy should get off the internet or off of social media. Nobody would be on social media then, because everybody in the heart of hearts want privacy. Shelly says, I think she's going to be even more guarded now. Think a line may have been crossed. I agree. A line probably has been crossed by having that video posted. Let's see here. Thank you, Watching Lady, for the gift. Michelle Mad says that's a good point about Luke's respect for her relationships. Mama Sita Flores says she's not happy with that video. And Romy said, would you? People filming her on the streets and following her? Well, yeah, nobody would want that. Rosario's like, Phoebe is not seeing our messages about Nick posting. I know people were probably so mad at me for so long. I'm sure people were screaming, just scroll down. We don't mind. You don't read every post. Just scroll down. Claudine said, post more positives for Luke. We need to boost him a bit. Cat, there you go. Cat says, haha, Phoebe, scroll down. Oh my word. You're like, how are you only there right now, Phoebe? I know. Rose says, look at your feed, sweetie. Faith's like, I think her comments are behind LOL. Yes. Oh, it's always the case. I should always make sure that I have a mod, because I will always want to read your comments. I don't read every single comment, but I like to read as many as possible, and that's why I say usually the ideal amount of people in a live for me is about 150, because usually that's when you get to it doesn't speed up so much in comments. Lauren said, I'd rather not see content about them together. About who together, Lauren? Which them are you talking about? Turbo's mom says she added to her story. Okay. All of this was Susie said Nick is mad. Kat says Nick's post reconfirms how online she is. Big yikes. Genevieve said her story just broke my heart for her. Elichade said, part of me feels they held hands to walk out of there fast when they saw the phone out, because once, oh my word, it just cut off, so I don't know what you were going to say there. Tanya's like, who can pin comments? Yeah. I'm sure y'all are glad someone can pin comments now. I forgot. I'm sorry about that. Poker Kitten once said, is she mad she was filmed or that other strangers were caught up as part of this? That's a great question, Poker Kitten 1. Perhaps both, right? Because, or maybe the strangers got caught up in it. Like, I put a post where I put like stickers on her friends' faces, because I said that there was a communication at one point that her friends requested that they not be brought into these conversations, that their pictures and their posts not be used. And so when people communicate that, again, either you can choose to respect that or you can choose to disregard that request. And that's the reason I blocked their faces. Obviously, people might be like, who cares about blocking their faces when there's a bunch of other accounts that will show their face already? Because I just have to do it because I'm just trying to adhere to what they said. And rarely do I actually put their pictures. Watching Lady said, may I ask something? Because I can't stop thinking about it. Oh, okay. Sure. Miss M said they experienced much more privacy in London. In America, everyone is ready with phones to stalk. Ooh, good point. I think this is a reason why Luke has been able to be MIA for a lot of it. Watching Lady says, one thing still bothers me. That black and white pic with his hand. So it wasn't him? It looked like Luke to me. I still kind of stand by that. But who knows? I've never seen how Jake holds a phone. But it's just the way that that person held the phone reminds me of Luke. Tammy said they only said they were best friends. Aqua_demon said Nick has always said flirty things, but also said professionally after. I'm just so amused by how many people were asking. Okay. Danielle said, it doesn't matter if she's a public figure. It's just an invasion of privacy, y'all. I mean, I stand by that too, Danielle. I just don't think that just because someone's famous, that means you get no privacy. I think that people think that that's like a cool thing until they hit a level where that's the case for themselves. Like, nobody likes that. Nobody wants that. No money in the world is enough to make you want to give up your privacy. Coco said, I miss the air of mystery around celebrities from the 90s and prior. People are too invasive now. I hear that. And sometimes it's like, I don't need to know. Like, I need to be able to, like, a part of me is like sad to not be able to enjoy certain things anymore. People, we know, I mean, it's a positive that we have such closeness, you know, but it's like, sometimes you need some separation. Poker Kitten once said, where the F is Luke? He said he'd BRB. I don't know, Poker Kitten. Thanks, Mayor Pear, for the gift. Let's see. Poker Kitten once said, I'm sorry, Nick and Luke could have been very clear and said there is no romance between us. I mean, for some people, they would say that they were always clear in the sense that they had said they were friends. Now, mind you, would they ruined it a little bit by never necessarily just saying they were just friends, or they would add extra stuff after saying they're friends? They would add extra things to the statement about like loving each other and like never having so they complicated it a little bit with the extra stuff. They could have just said no, but they never did. They always kind of left it kind of open-ended. Now, some folks will disagree with me on that and say it was never open-ended. Y'all were trying to find an open-ended thing. But if they rewatched those interviews, you would see that they actually did pretty much leave a lot of things kind of almost like now, mind you, they always just said they were friends. I will give folks that. But it's the way they said other things and left things to be where you're like, okay. Again, But are we still responsible for how we choose to consume that and believe it or whatever? It's still on us at the end of the day. K.A. Strings says, I think Baji's way behind in the post. I don't think she's read that Nick posted a few minutes ago. That's how far I am, K.A. Strings, that's when I'm reading it right now. Watching Lady said, I'm still thinking about when Luke said that one day that they could go to Broadway together with Nicola. Oh, that's cute. I don't know which one that you're talking about, but I like it. Hello, Yolanda. Ashley said, I'm actually excited to see her find out real time. Let's see. Okay, this was just a lot of folks letting me know about her post. Shelly said, I'm sure Luke is fuming. She is in control, LOL. Fuming. K.A. Stray says, yeah, we've all seen the post by now, but Bocce doesn't know what's going on yet. That cracks me up. You know, that's why I'm like, I need to have my mods because they're the ones that pin things. But_Brit_Wait said, BRB for Luke is probably 2 weeks. But_Brit_Wait said that she's been on that other platform and hasn't seen any hate, just age gap critiques. Caitlin said, I'm dead. Phoebe, scroll down. LOL. Poker Kitten 1 said, once all the stuff started online, Nick could have done a post like she just did. She could have. She could have. I will believe that there's reasons why she chose not to. Ronnie said, who else is mod? Because I need to step away for a few. I don't know if K-Girl is in the space or I think Rena is in the space or not. If somebody else can pin, let me know. Me, a watching lady, yes. Thank you, watching lady. Rosario said, should we start bets on when she will finally get to those comments? Faith says she's way behind. Kat said, ha 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 ha, I don't know why I'm dying. The Phoebe's missing out right now. Aqua_Demon said, all I know is Luke wasn't there when we all seen her. KS Strength says, not long now. She will see them shortly. Thanks, y'all, for enduring me. You know, I love all your comments. How can I move past them, you know? Genevieve said, Luke said BRB so that he could hide somewhere while all this stuff was going on. Oh my word, what if... Can you imagine? Nicola's like, hey, Luke, this is about to go down this weekend. You want to go hide away somewhere for now? That would be such great friend behavior. I can just imagine Nicola giving him a heads up just so he can get out of Dodge. Tell Phoebe that I'm willing to be a mod to help, but she needs to make me one. K-Girl, you're not a mod? I've always thought you were a mod. Are you sure? Let me add. Oh, hey. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I did not know you were not a mod. My bad. You are a mod now, I believe. Aqua_Demon said, but who knows? He may be in New York too. I'll keep an eye out. Rose_Teresa. 66 said, it's rather funny. She'll see it soon. Miss M said, so, looking on the positive side, this means Luke may be available. Miss M, I love that. That's cute. Rosario said, I'm dying. How back is she? I can't. Duchessa says, my heart is broken. I hope they are happy. But but I always hope for their ending. Yes, Endgame is still on the table. I always say that to folk. Endgame is still on the table. Paolo said, can somebody pin a message for her? Y'all, you crack me up because, well, I was probably cracking y'all's up because I'm so behind. Miss M, when you said 3, 2, 1, was that with the hope that I was actually finally going to see the messages? Poker Kitten 1 said, could you imagine if it were Nick and Luke walking, holding hands? We would love it no matter what. Oh, definitely. That'd be like the accumulation of all our hopes put together. Bam said she's about to scroll through 500 comments of us all telling her Nick posted a story. You're not wrong, Bams. You are not wrong. That is truly, I did scroll past many comments that said the same thing. Laura said, is your name by chance Lauren? It is not. It is Phoebe. Retired teacher says, when you are in the public eye, you can't expect people to leave you alone. I hear that. And I agree with you only because there's certain people that will always choose to be disrespectful. But that's also true of any regular person. I do think that if you're in the public eye, if there is an agreed upon thing between you and your fan base, you can be expected to be left alone. Because there's many stars who have been able to be left alone because their fan base is respectful enough to do so. So I don't think it's a given that people can't be left alone just because they're famous. Because I've seen it too often where people have been able to live their lives pretty privately. Watching Lady says, Nicola is deleting multiple spam tags on her IG right now. All right. Way to go, Nicola. Except, what a sad thing. Y'all's, it's her holiday. That she has to, hopefully it's just her team and not Nicola, because my word, enjoy your holiday, girl. Av said, well, it was suspected they were together since March, and he did also attend the premiere, right? I have no idea. Did he? I don't know. Faith was like, it's been 14 minutes since Nick posted her story, LOL. My word, and now that I'm reading it, Faith, like how many minutes has been that before I just hit you saying it's been 14 minutes? Roseanne _ said, I am staying on here till she sees that Nick posted, LOL. Retired teacher said, sadly, that is part of the job. Again, I hear that. And who made that be the case? Who said that should be the agreement between the fandom and her as a celebrity? I think we can rewrite that if we want to. And the question really is, do people want to rewrite rules of engagement so that it can be respectful to celebrities? Poker Kitten was that is Luke hiding in her hotel room. G said, I scrolled all the way up to where she's reading, and she's so far away to getting to the IG news. Poker Kitten once said, Endgame, they'll be in a retirement home. They'll be in a retirement home together. I mean, Endgame is Endgame. Cats now all in caps. Ha 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 ha. Scroll down. Oh, everybody's saying, pass them, pass them. This is probably when I was like, Rosario's like, yes, the bottom, please, scroll. Y'all, I'm so sorry I was putting you through so much pain. Bams was like, if she only knew. Roseanne _ said, this is funny. Crispy's like, breaking news, LOL. Watching Lady said, we need a professional psychiatrist in this fandom. I can't anymore. Actually, don't we? We have multiple professional psychiatrists, don't we? Or wait. Psychiatrist is different than a therapist. Rosario said everyone's just having a grand old time. Jennifer was like, scroll, we have news. LOL. SEI, not SKI, said, this is going to be good. Oh, Kat said, this is as good as Heather finding out she was saying Desiree's. It's Desiree, right? Desiree's name wrong the whole time. Genevieve says, she's legit so nice for trying to answer every person, though. I mean, here's the thing, y'all. I literally am obsessed with your comments. Like, I love reading your comments. Like, it's my favorite. I mean, again, I don't get to read everybody's comments, but I just like what your thoughts are. So I just can't help but read them, you know? Y'all are so engaging. Faith says, we've been waiting. Buddhist _ Brat said, it's gonna take an hour to get to the new comments. Bam says, I'm dying here. Ka String said, so now she won't read all the message about Nick posting a few minutes ago. Okay. Poker Kitten once said, don't worry, we can read each other. Okay. Said, all right. Carrington Babe says, mother is not happy being filmed. Sorelito de my MAI said, Phoebe, Nick posted, LOL, someone volunteer, be Phoebe's moderator, LOL. So this makes me wonder, did people like reach out to like Ronnie or something? Like, because Ronnie eventually did come in to do it, and maybe watching Lady even. Did somebody finally be like, are you a mod for her? Can you come on in? How did they know to come in and start moderating? Moondance 31 said, Moondance, I think one said, I think they were holding hands to get away faster as they knew they were being filmed. I mean, I hear you, and yet the filming that I saw, they looked like they were just strolling, to be honest. They didn't look like they were walking fast-paced. Not the footage that I saw. So I don't know. And he was like, Phoebe! Oh, my word. I'm laughing at all y'all's comments. Rosario said, this is the entertainment I needed today. Bams was like, I wish I knew your neighbor so I could get them to yell emergency. Aqua _ Demon said that the other platform is chewing her out for the 10-year gap. She's getting the Luke treatment. So I did a video saying that she was getting better treatment, but apparently my video is incorrect because people are like, she is not. She is not. Faith said, where are her mods? Oh, Ronnie's like, oh, let me pin something. Okay, this is when it came in. This is where everybody came in. Okay. Miss M said, okay, this is fun. Wait, I feel bad because Caitlin Maria said, can't wait to see her reaction. I feel like like for all the waiting y'all did, I was too chill about it. I should have given you a way better response. I did not know the anticipation that y'all were working with. You had been waiting. And I was just like, I just read it like it was regular. I feel bad. I feel like I cheated you. I feel like I cheated you. It should have been better. It should have been such a better response. After all that, how long did you wait? Like an hour? How long did you wait? My word. If I knew all of y'all's were waiting for that, I would have given you such a better response. But then at the same time, it wouldn't have been authentic. That was literally my actual response. So I just feel like it was not worthy of the anticipation because it was so chill. Okay. So I lost where I was at because it bumped up. So I apologize. Because I feel like I'm going to hit the place where it's, where, sorry, y'all. I'm trying to go back up where I wanted. Because it disappeared. Okay, Felker L said, so much pointed to Luke, so I'm confused. But heck, she looks happy, so yeah. I mean, I do think there was a lot that pointed to Luke as well. Oh my word. Y'all, I totally lost. Okay, there it is. Poker Kitten 1 said, you can't be private and go all over the place in NYC. You know what, though, Poker Kitten 1? You're right, probably, because I don't know the New York City, like, vibe. But, you know, they're used to, like, having privacy, I think, where they live. You know, they're allowed to just exist over there, I think, in ways that they just became very evident that they can't here. Miss M said, there it is. M said, finally. Jennifer's like, oh, thank God, LOL. Kat said, I snorted. Bam's like, thank God. Nosy was like, about time. Kaylin said, finally. Lex.mpeg said, Nicholas actively removing tags of NYC video and / photos. Yeah, she's not a fan, apparently. Oh, okay. All the people saying finally, like Rosario, Annie. Kat was like, thanks, Ronnie. Faith was said finally as well. I love that. K-Pat said, Luke is probably on a beach chilling. I really love the idea of, like, Nicola literally giving him a heads up to get out of there. Like, get out before it becomes pandemonium. But at the same time, obviously that's a joke because she was not expecting what has happened. So it sounds like she's really upset about it. So it's not like she was like, hey, get out of here. So, like, because there's a storm coming. She didn't want this storm that's coming. Aqua_demon said, I agree. Neither of them need to put their private lives out there to appease people. Amy Stripling once said, I can breathe now. So Yolanda's like, finally. Roseanne was like, whew. YLI said, we're in trouble with mother. Bessie Boo said, I can never be a famous person. Aqua_demon said, because she was having a normal day, she wanted privacy, and I get why. Ronnie said, I've been waiting for her to say something. Andrea FK said, if she was hard launching like some peso, please are saying she would not have posted that on her story. Yeah. Oh, you're saying if she was hard launching someone, that she would not have posted that on her story. Good point. Good point. She probably isn't hard launching. That just because I read into the handhold, she's like, maybe it was the question that was asked earlier. Maybe she's saying, don't read into the handhold. That's not at all what it's about. Watching Lady says she has removed almost all of them. Okay. Hopefully, again, it's her team and not her. Because my word, to ruin her holiday by that. Poker Kitten 1, I think scolding is a bit much if you actually want privacy. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's scolding. I guess maybe scolding is not the right word. Maybe putting a line in the sand. I don't know. I don't know if that's worse. Miss M said we finally got to see the post. We've been I can't say that. Waiting for years. Sammy said maybe hand holding was just to get away from the camera. People have said that. Again, like the footage that I saw, they never seemed like they were running away. But I mean, maybe I'm misreading what I watched. It seemed like a casual stroll, to be honest. But maybe I was just seeing the latter half of the walk but I didn't see the other stuff that people might have been seeing. Susie, I don't look at that account. That account is blocked. So I wouldn't see their stories. I mean, Nicola's not a fan of that I don't know if publication is the correct term. It's all love, BB said, I hope she gets to enjoy the rest of her trip. Hopefully. Turbo's mom said, I heard someone posted where she was at the theater. Yes, somebody said that she was there. Which, again, don't post people's, like, situation in real time because it caused, like, people to be interested and go over there. You know, it's hard. Hard. Because when people are like, people are not going to be respectful, it's because they know that there's people who will not be respectful. Lex.mpeg said they did say they stopped holding hands when they got to crosswalk. Which crosswalk, Lex? Like, how far ahead of that did they let go? Because from the video that I saw, weren't they still, didn't they walk over a crosswalk? But maybe, I mean, again, I don't know. Genevieve said, famous or not, it's just basic human decency not to film people without their consent. Yes. And now, mind you, does it happen often? And does it happen often on TikTok? Yes. Miss M said, I thought it was an intentional choice, but not now after her IG comment. Yeah. It does color it differently. See, says, now I know why Luke always compared Penn and Colin relationship was like Ross and Rachel. It makes sense. I always still felt like Ross and Rachel was about Luke and Nicola. I've never felt like it was Penn and Colin's relationship, but that's just me. Mel says she feels violated. It's sad. Yeah, I mean, who wants that, right? Tessa Playlist said premieres, etc. are okay, but having dinners or hanging with friends, non-work is no. Poker Kitten once said Jonathan Bailey wants privacy so he doesn't show up with dates. Can't have it both ways. Why not? Again, that's a choice people are making. It's not because it can't exist. I mean, and again, I'm not necessarily disagreeing with your point because I know you're saying that because you know people will disregard people's boundaries all the time because people do. But do I think that it has to be that way? No, I think that's a choice. Rose_Teresa66 says, I have a memory of him saying that. We'll try find out when. Also could have been taken down by now. Oh. Bams was like, too long, girlfriend. Nosy said ages. Tammy said forever. K.A. String says like 10 minutes. So explaining how long it took for me to finally get to those places. Oh, y'all are so patient. Tessa Playlist said single equals not married too. Doesn't mean her wanting dating, but he may not have wanted to be serious. Yeah, it could have been a non-serious relationship. People were like, it was forever. Amy Stribling once said, it was funny, Phoebe. Tina DQ said, it's only been 19 minutes since she did, and 5 minutes seeing it. V._Nina said, I love her, but she is playing too much. Chris Reese said, I think she's going to go radio silent for a while now. I mean, if she needs to do what she needs to do, if that's the choice she ends up making. Watching Lady says, so she removed all photos, videos of holding hands, but she left photos from yesterday. Okay. The ones where there's no holding of hands. So, that is a very interesting decision. Because I was ready to accept this as a declaration, but that choice by Nicola makes me to want to take it back. To be honest. Because I feel like she's saying, don't read into this by making that post and removing anything of that nature. That is really an interesting choice by Nicola, which really just kind of makes me pause. Because I was ready to just go, okay, I'm going to do a bunch of inside thoughts. I am stopping my content because putting a pause on this specific kind of content because, but now Nicola got me thinking again. And I'm like, is that that's a very interesting choice. Lauren said, I fear we're not getting that pollen selfie. I have the opposite feeling, Lauren. I feel like we are going to get that pollen selfie. And that's why I'm like a little bit paused. Miss M says, so why do we think she's untagging if it's what it looks like and the cat is out of the bag? That's why I'm like, I'm now pausing. Because it feels like she's saying it's not what you think it is. By choosing to do that. I'm really thrown off by it, to be honest. Because I was ready to accept it and just be like, all right, peace out. Well, not peace out because I was still on the ship. But like, I'm intrigued. Poker. Okay. Jill Finn 77 said, how do we know she's the one removing? Maybe the video creators are removing tags after her post. I mean, that's a very good possibility, Jill Finn. Probably it's the way it's being removed. It probably may have been methodical. So, because rarely will all of the people who created it remove the tags willingly. So, I'm more apt to believe her team is removing it. Her or her team are removing it than to believe that people out of the goodness of their own hearts chose to untag her. Some may have, but I don't believe all of them in such a methodical manner. If all of it is gone now. Poker Kitten once said, how do you think Jonathan Bailey keeps his private life private? I don't know because I've never thought about him. And I love Jonathan Bailey, but I don't think about his personal life. Watching Lady is not the first time when she is removing tags. Yes, she also did it for the festival. She did. Now, there's some that she didn't get to untag because it happened after the fact that they kept adding more. But she did remove previous tags before. But yeah, I don't think about Jonathan Bailey. I think that if there's somebody who thinks about Jonathan Bailey a lot, I'm sure that even though he keeps his private life private, they probably are able to find things on him too. I mean, Danielle said because it's probably playing into a narrative that is not true or accurate. That's the impression it's giving me. So Poker Kitten 1, yeah, so I'm just thinking about that. I'm like, there's a lot of people that I don't know anything about their private life because I don't care. And then there's people who do care and totally know way more. So I don't know if he keeps his private life private because he's choosing that or because other people don't care to look into it. Tina _1825 said maybe she's just tired of everyone assuming and negativity and this fandom has truly been unhinged. Tanya said celebrity or not, don't film people. Ronnie believes it should be the standard. That shouldn't be the expectation. That is, oh, it's not a standard. That shouldn't be the expectation. That is not a, I don't know. I'm probably misreading that again. Aqua _demon said, nobody stalked her. We were shocked and filmed it. Especially us who thought it was Luke at first. Oh, he does kind of look like Luke from behind, doesn't he? Wait, Aqua _demon, are you saying you're the one who filmed it? Or people that you know filmed it? Roshilla said, I think she can expect better from the public. Like, I understand we can ask for pictures. Leah said, I feel like pics are one thing, but videos are a completely different animal. Coco said, yeah, it's not okay. Trish says, exactly, not okay. Poker Kitten once said, and other celebrities, Eva Mendes chooses to not show up at everything. I mean, but she did when she was younger. She's made different choices now that she's older with her family and wanting to prioritize her family. Nicola is like at the height of her success right now. She hasn't even hit that. I guess she hasn't hit the highest of her success, but she's like the moment. Rosario said, we will 100% get a pollen selfie because that relationship has not changed. I agree. But Eva Mendes choosing to not show up at everything, that, I mean, she did when she was younger. Like, people are at different stages. Like, what other people choose to do? Like, I mean, it's so hard because I don't think people should feel like in order for you to get the life you want, you need to stop living it fully. Just because there's going to be people who are going to disrespect your lines. You know? I think it's worth her saying what her lines are to see who in the fandom will be respectful of it, you know? 4KNK said, Nick is pissed, but what does she think would happen in New York? This isn't Malta. I mean, maybe it was foolishness on her part to assume that people would be respectful or that she would have privacy, you know? I have no idea. All I know is that she has communicated what her lines are now. Whether people will continue to disrespect it, we will see. I mean, I kind of am unnerved by the sense of entitlement there is in that idea of like, what do you expect kind of thing. It's like, I guess she expected people to see her as a human being that would want privacy like anybody else. Genevieve says their work is for our consumption. That doesn't mean their lives are. It's so disrespectful. That is a really appreciative. I appreciate that, Genevieve, because that is, you know, when I'm off the clock, people are like, it's not the same thing. It's just a regular job. But it's the same kind of sentiment. If you're off the clock, you're off the clock. You, like, when people became actors or musicians or whatever things that are apt to make you a celebrity, like, they really just wanted to act. They really just wanted to sing. Fame was never really the main point of them getting into their field. So when people are like, you wanted this. No, they did not want to be famous and have their lives be invaded that way. They wanted to act. They wanted to sing, you know? Rose says we don't really in London, but I'm surprised she is surprised in NYC. No disrespect to NYC. Bye for now said, but she's seen all this when I was on holiday. So she must have known she was going to get snapped. I mean, do I think that the chances are very high that she could assume that? Yes, I will give you that. Poker Kitten once said, Jonathan is a much bigger name than Nick and Building. They are interested. I mean, somebody is. I'm personally not. I'm not at all interested one iota about his personal life. I think I'm interested in his career. I'm interested in, you know, but I'm not out here shipping him or thinking about stuff. I mean, I hear about some potentials, right, for Jonathan Bailey, but it's just not, I'm just not interested. I mean, I'm saying that I'm sure that the ones that are interested do know more about his personal life because their fan bases just tend to deep dive and research the ones that they're interested in. Genevieve said, I hope she keeps saying it just because it's the way it is doesn't mean it should be. BAJANME said, but why be upset? Maybe because the narrative is slipping away. Yeah, maybe. Maybe the reason she's upset is because it is a narrative is being created around it that she did not personally agree with or like being assumed. IR Moore said she still not realized she is famous. NYC capital of paps, maybe. Yeah, paparazzi, I think is what you meant. Yeah, she might not, I mean, she might not realize, part of it, I mean, I think she realizes, but part of it probably she didn't understand. Or maybe she didn't realize that it was going to make, this is the reason why I'm like very much questioning my decision to pause. Because I'm like, I thought I picked up what she was putting down, but she's like, I was not putting that down. Trish says fame is a byproduct of the art they created. Doesn't mean their privacy deserves to be invaded. I agree. Yeah, so I'm really rethinking things now. Because I really thought, okay, Nicola just is fine. Like, this is like, But it's like, she didn't put that out. And so now it makes me think that I read into it that I should just be like hanging it up. And when in reality, it's like, this is not the narrative I was trying to put out here. Tessa Playlist said, agreed. Some celebrities have had to get laws passed in order to protect their children, etc. Helen said, I think there is less to holding hands than what has been made out. I mean, it made me feel that way when she chose to respond the way she did. It made me rethink. Was I wrong? And I might be. Fee._Nina said, I think she knew what she was going to get and is just playing with us now. From what people are saying, it doesn't seem like she's playing. I think she's straight up saying what she wants, which is RESPECT. Respect of her privacy and things of that nature. Aqua_Demon said, that started in the 70s, but she has to be strategic in New York, especially where celebs frequent. Rose_Teresa66 said, what she said will just encourage more attention, unfortunately. Again, I hear you, because people will choose to actively disregard and disrespect the lines she's trying to create. Still worth her saying it, because the hope is that there will be more people who will be respectful. And hopefully it's just a handful of people. I don't know if it's only a handful of people that will choose to still push those lines. Kills Crazy Bridgie said, unfortunately, she made the choice to walk publicly in the U.S., not the U.K., where celebs are protected. I mean, I feel like that's just a sad commentary about the United States then. There's like, hey, you should expect this disrespect. It's just the way it is. Watching Lady said, Jake is also removing all tags. Yeah. They're not a fan. I mean, that's a big statement for Nicola to do all of this stuff right now. Julie said, I agree with Nick. I also think it will only get worse for her, and I hate it for her. Poker Kitten once said, I'm getting tired of both of them, frankly, and their games. Both who? Luke and Nicola? Because I don't think they're playing games. I think we may read into it as if they're playing games. But I don't think they're playing games. Mimi said, unless the person is causing hurt, private... Oh, wait, I read that one already. Miss M said, no, she just wants to be able to walk around, I think. I think so, too. She just wants to live. SEI Natsuki said she wants to live her life without everything posted. Agree. Aqua_Demon said, no, she was surprised that people were filming her and saying her location in real time. Yep, scary. Genevieve said it can also put out her real-time location, which isn't something she does. Exactly. Julie said, Nick loves her fans, but may need a driver in big cities. Poker Kitten once said, Nick wants it both ways. Okay, user with a lot of numbers says, I think she's untagging because she feels disrespected, not because she's denying being with him. Possibly. I mean, it's definitely an option of why she's doing that. Poker Kitten once said, Nick wants it both ways. Possibly. And she has the right to. Because it's a normal thing to want privacy. Rena said, why would her team not give her the rundown of how it is in the U.S.? I mean, I don't know. SCI Not Ski said, I also think once people are done being obsessed with her relationship status, it will stop. Probably. Yeah, that's good. That's a true point. OMG Dash says, all the celebrities get photographed like that. That is part of being a public figure. Yeah, again, I hear that. I mean, I hear what y'all are saying. I still think it's all of these are choices. I mean, and I guess your point is that here in the United States, that is the choice that people consistently make. And you can't help the fact that there's always going to be people who will make those choices. We can only make the choices that we made. Oh my word. I finally hit the point. Okay, y'all. So when it says 99 plus new messages, there's a tipping point that happens where all the comments disappear. It finally hit that tipping point. So all of your messages disappeared except what I can see now. Trish says, makes me a little sad. She was so happy in her post while on the plane, and now this. It is sad. Okay, so now I have to start where I'm at. I can't believe I missed all of your messages because it deleted. Ronnie said, everything is a choice, but people want excuses for their own behaviors. True. It's you know, sometimes we act like it's a given, like this is how it's supposed to be, and it's like, but who said so? Who said that's how it's supposed to be? Chrissy said, I love your honesty. Thank you. Bye for now said, under some of the videos on her tags, people are saying remove them out of respect for her. Rosario said, we will 100. Oh wait, I already read that one. Ronnie said, there's an insane amount of hypocrisy within this fandom right now. It's wild. LOL. I mean, sometimes I see my own hypocrisy, to be honest. I've called myself out sometimes. This All Love BB said, I don't think they pay much attention to the fandom. They are so busy. Too busy to pay attention. Caitlin said, I'm surprised she didn't have security with her, to be honest. Again, that's a great point, Kristen. And I think that says a lot about how she doesn't see her. I don't think she understood, like, how, I guess, NYC works, apparently. So maybe she needed to be prepped properly. Danielle said, NYC is so big, it's easy to fly under the radar here. People just have no empathy these days. Oh, so it was possible to potentially just not be noticed. But I think it was because that person who was at that theater posted that she was there. I think if that person did not post that, like, it would not have happened. And so I think people really need to think about, like, you know, about that kind of stuff, right? Like, what would you rather have, clicks and views, or like just wait at least until after the fact? You know, if you wanted to share that happened, like, just do it after the fact, not while it's still happening. Sarah said they were definitely ambushed at the theater. A random guy in the theater posted she was in there. Yeah, which was bad move. Rena said, what did I miss? You know what, Rena? What you missed was that they told me that Nicola posted, and like I didn't get to it for like I don't know how long. They were like so funny in the chats, going, Phoebe, read your and like scroll down. But a lot has happened. Margot said, I live in New York and everybody's taking pictures and videos. I mean, it's a normal thing. And here's the thing, Margot, I think like it's all fine and good when like nothing bad happens. But it's when those bad things happen, like it gets really hard. You know, it's like, yeah. Sarah Beth says, can we change and grow as a fandom and respect the celebrities by waiting to post on things in time? I mean, I think because like none of us have an ability to control anybody else but our own actions, all of us can only make the decisions we make for ourselves. That's the thing. That's why I'm just saying it's a choice. So my choice is not to engage in that manner. But I know that others will make their own choice because we all have autonomy and we all have the right to decide. I will say, though, that if they put themselves in the shoes of the other folks, that hopefully they would have the empathy to think twice about the impact of those actions. I don't think anybody necessarily like are trying to harm people by doing it. But it doesn't mean that it doesn't, you know. BDL's gal said people are all different. Sarah Beth said Eva Mendes has kids too now. Margot says, and she's from the UK, and my friends from the UK, and they don't like that kind of stuff. Tanisha said this felt like someone intentionally filmed them with the intent to post it for the internet. Oh, definitely. I mean, I shouldn't say definitely, but I mean, they knew this was going to get clicks for sure. And they were right. It got the whole everybody's attention. Sarah Beth's, I mean, anybody that was interested in Nicola stuff. Sarah Beth says we can all stay grounded and try to see it from our beloved celebrity's point of view. Absolutely. We can all make that choice. Now, will all of us make that choice? I don't necessarily think so. But do I believe we're all capable of making that choice? Absolutely. Meg said, I think she posted that message because of the backlash of who she's been seen with. Actually, very valid possibility, right? Because of the conversation that's happening in the other platform. Maybe she was like, look, I'm not trying to put this person in a situation that is hurtful to him and his career and his life, all of these different things. Perhaps. Tanya said, I think there's a difference in snapping a pic of your favorite celeb and actively waiting for them and following them. Agreed. Bye for now said, people are asking for the ones who posted on her Insta and tagged her to untag her. Nicole said, if you see them in public, be like, oh, cool, I saw her, but not film her and put it on the internet. Yeah. Miss M said, I was surprised at the pub Scrabble post because they could never just sit in a bar here and do that. Yeah, they're allowed to just kind of live, right? Tanya said, basically filming them as they walk down the street as they try to get away from you is just gross. Lore Hira, I think is what it says. They have a love of the craft, not necessarily to be a celebrity. Yes. Vicky said, yes, let Luke sing. Tanisha said, yeah, I don't know why people are acting like being a celebrity is a job and like this should be expected. IR Moore says she still not realized she's famous. Oh, wait, I read that already. Sorry. Margot said, when I'm going into the city because I live nearby, I'll videotape anything that interests me. And Margot, I'm the same way. So I'm like, I want to be very clear. Like when I say like film somebody, like there's times I'm filming something and there's like random people in the video, but they're not the point of my video. You know what I mean? They're not the point. They happen to be there, but I'm not filming them. And I think that's the difference. Like they were the center of it. They weren't like happened to be there in the filming. They were the point of the filming, which, you know, I don't know. Again, some people might not have a problem with that. Some people will. She's just communicating that she had a problem with it. And I applaud her for that because sometimes it just needs to be said. Felker L said, if Luke and Nicola are together or with someone else, it's a shame they can't live life out loud. Yeah. A part of me feels like if Luke and Nicola were dating in the future, they would try to keep that under wraps as much as possible for purposes like this. Vicky said, we are not invested with Jonathan as we are in Nicola. Yeah. I mean, it's like, I understand that there's Jonathan Bailey, like diehards, I'm sure, out there. It's just we're not that specific audience. So it's like, it's not hard for us to imagine people not knowing about his personal life because we're not personally paying attention to it, even if it was there. Trish says, oh wait, I read that one already. Tanisha said this also didn't seem like paparazzi, but a weird fan. And who knows if it was a fan, really. Caitlin said, how is this different from the music festival pics? Wonder why she's upset now, but not then. Caitlin, I feel like she didn't get to remove all the tags on the festival, but she did remove tags on the festival as well. So some she kept. The ones that called him a friend, she kept. But there were other ones that tried to give them a title, and she removed those. But not all of them, because I think some more people added stuff later on. I don't think she went back and removed those after the fact. BDL's Gal said she also a big fan of Chaperone, who put out a similar video recently about personal space. That is true. S. Allen once said some celebrities like the fame. Nick is not one of them. Vixter51 said Paps taking photos is one thing. They don't care about these people. Supposed fans doing it equals wrong. Margot said it's just people in New York. There's so much to see. Is All Love BB said, was it Pap pics or just random people? I believe it was a random person who happened to be there. Reese Cup 316 said, what happened? Footage of Nicola and Jake holding hands and Nicola not being a fan of it and removing all tags and letting people know that she does not want to be filmed like that without her permission. Bye for now said, people, I don't think she's the one who's removing the tags. Rosario said, the more we talk about it, the more I realize she just wasn't ready for it to be confirmed. Breeze Cup 316 said, what Nicola say for you to know she mad? I was offline for a minute. It was a post on her Instagram. I mean, people read it as her being mad. I think it was just her making her boundaries known. Felker L said, Luke and Nicola should be the only ones in control of their narratives. I mean, if they don't take control of their own narratives, other people will do it for them. And I think that's what she understands. Saridactyl said, I think maybe she didn't expect it, but NYC is bad for privacy for famous people. Annie said she has never asked for privacy for other friends. This one is more than friends, I feel. I will say, though, her friends have asked for privacy. Her friends have asked to not be put in these videos or things of that nature because the audience was never like they didn't ask to be part of the narrative. Like they, you know, so. And so I think it's more so like what people are assuming about things. Shelly said, not playing. That was a nice and very direct clap back. Not playing. That was a nice and very direct clap back. Okay. Got it. Sarah Beth said it's a clap back to get respect. Sarah Dactyl says she may not be used to being as famous as she is right now. She is one of the most famous celebs right now. Miss M said, saw comments on the remaining tag sidewalk posts asking them to untag Nick. Thank you for the gift for Dowsy49. Amy Stribling says she did end the post with a red heart, so she's still asking nicely, in my opinion. Okay, so maybe people read in, like, maybe a tone there that she wasn't necessarily intending. So maybe it wasn't necessarily scolding, just a very firm, like, communication about her lines. Bye for now said, it's not that she was filmed, it's because it was posted in real time. That's why she's upset. Is that what her post said? Bye for now? Because I mean, I think it is upsetting that it was posted in real time, but I think her post, I didn't get to see it yet, obviously, I've been on this live, was to normalize not filming strangers, right? So I think the filming was the issue for her. But also real-time posting is an issue. M said, why are people tagging them? I don't understand sometimes the tagging. I will tell you that. Sarah Beth says it's sad that they can't just enjoy their time in NYC. Okay. That questionable site took it down too, huh? Well, good. Because at least they had enough. Maybe it wasn't just her words. Maybe it's other things that was able to motivate them to put it down. Shelly said, I think I might love Nick and Nicola and Paulin separately. I love my Nicola and fanfics, so I don't know if I can stop. Vixter51 said, I see celebs in theaters all the time. I'd never sneak their photo and share it. It's so wrong. Nez says, I agree, not playing games, just doesn't want to be filmed and stalked. Robin said her safety was compromised. Elichata said, as much as we love them both, we have sadly seen crazed fans take it too far. Jess says, wearing a bright red dress and wanting to go unnoticed and be left alone, with a thinking emoji. I mean, it's cute. Her red dress was cute. It doesn't have to bring attention. I think she's cute. Marjorie said filming was upsetting to her because we have no context and it invaded her privacy. Yeah, true. Rose said, saw Nick at the theater in London with NCUTI. I don't know what that is. No one took a photo. Rosario said, yes, I agree the tags were removed because it gave her real-time location. Kat says, looks like she's messaging bigger fan accounts to take down the video. Danielle said, yeah, NYC is so big, it's so easy to fly under the radar here. People just have no empathy these days. Oh, I read that already. But, I mean, still good point. Pterodactyl said it's rough because it is a double-edged sword. Steph said, I just want one Luke pick. Where's Waldo? But Luke. Meg says, they must have left those matching blue bucket hats at home as their disguises. Mimi said, don't think she should have to sulk around in dark clothes to avoid rando privacy invasion. Yeah, I'm like, you know, I like that she was wearing such a cute outfit. Thank you, Ziki, for the gifts. Rena said, I live close to LA and taking photos, videos of celebs is the norm. Dalsy49, thank you for the daily heart me. Victor51 said, but as she says, we should stop normalizing it. If we do, maybe people will be decent. Yeah. So she is in her... Am I pausing? Okay. She in her post is recognizing that people have normalized it. She's asking that it stop being normalized. Nick Mack said, I think people are more invested in what she's doing because of the crumbs she has been dropping. Pterodactyl says, not how it's supposed to be, but unfortunately how it is. Rosario said that particular publication removed it also, which makes me sad because she really is out there trying to control the narrative. I mean... Again, if you can't, other people will do it for you. And they may not have your best interest at heart. Rarely do they have your best interest at heart. S.Allen 1 said, it's not okay, but she will need to learn to adjust to her new normal. I mean... yes. And hopefully... she can still make a change. I think giving up on I think that there's a beauty in people not giving up and believing that it's just going to be how it is. I appreciate when people are like willing to say it doesn't have to be this way. So instead of getting used to her new normal, being able to challenge people to create a new normal. Bronson said, it's not just the U.S. Gracie Abrams and Paul Mescal. Oh, no. I know I butchered that name. I don't think what I said is right. But that Paul guy were filmed all over London in a similar situation. So sometimes it revolves around the appetite of the fan base around the couple. Like if people are really, really interested, then people are gonna get invasive. It sounds like. Meg says she knew what was going to happen when she chose to date someone so much younger. Did she? I mean, maybe. I mean, she watched it with Luke, I suppose. Rosario said, I really don't think Nick knows how famous... I mean, I'm guessing that's what you said. Nick knows how famous she is. I'm guessing it's what you tried to say here. Laura Hira said some people just don't care. This is very true. Poker Kitten 1 said, was it real time? I didn't see it posted until evening. I thought it was real time. But I don't know. Was it real time? I don't know. I feel like the theater one had to be real time because there were people waiting for her after it, I believe. Okay, so yeah, Ness said theater was real time. Yeah, I definitely agree theater was real time. Ash says, I don't know if she would have held his hand in NYC if it wasn't more than friends. I mean, that's the place where I was at. Rose said not everyone has empathy, sadly. Rena said, can someone tell me why she is upset about the video? It was cute. Based off of her post, she didn't like being filmed like that. Falker L said, I get her privacy is hers, but holding hands in NYC is going to get noticed. Because they're famous? Or, well, not their... well, I guess he's famous in his own way. Like, he's starting his own career. I guess so. Because he's in others... he's been in stuff. But, because I see people holding hands all the time, that doesn't make me notice them. But I'm assuming you mean it's because she's a celebrity holding hands in New York City. That's why it's going to get noticed. Maria Blair 259 said another live was saying she was being chased down the street 2 blocks. Is this true? I don't know. I did not see that. The only video I saw, they were walking casually. This is why I'm like, I don't know if I'm seeing the same video as everybody else. But the one that I'm seeing, they weren't swarmed. And they were walking hand in hand with each other. And just, it was a pretty slow-paced walk to me. It didn't seem like they were running away from people. So, I don't know. I mean, I was like, am I looking at the wrong one? I don't know. Vicky said, remember Princess Diana? Yes. So unfortunate. So sad. K-Girl said, we should just be happy that she's having fun after working so hard the last few months. Yeah. Blessed Mom 2 said, unfortunately, the U.S. is far more obsessed by celebrity. I feel like that's slowly changing. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. Leah said, at this point, I just give her a wide berth because of what she has been through. Wide berth? What's that mean? And Philip says, it sounds like someone was waiting for them. Sounds like someone was waiting for them. Melissa said, I posted on stories, but I have since deleted it. Danielle said, that is the difference. Someone intended to film them, which is why there's a problem. Meg says, they've both been dropping hints for months. This was always going to blow up. Be smarter, Nick. Lizzie, thank you for your daily heart me. K-Girl said it's okay to film, but don't post it. Marie said, I just saw the story. I knew I had to come here. Isabella said, yep, the world fell in love with pollen / Nicola. Bev said, surprised she was not warned about being in NY by her agency. She is the it girl right now. Meg said, I don't think someone was there intentionally. I think they just got caught by someone who saw her. I think it was, I mean, I don't know if this is accurate, Meg. I could be wrong, but I do believe that it came from after the theater situation. So because that person posted that they were at this play, people were waiting outside, which made people ready with cameras to capture them. Love Sylvia 21 said, I love my Nicola, but NYC is not the place to be if you want privacy. Rosaria said, I think maybe she just had enough. Dulce said, I'm lost. What vid? It was a vid of them, of her and Jake walking hand in hand. It's just me _ Sandy said, Nicola is not removing the tags. People remove the videos. Meg said 99% of us knew where she was going after her holiday post. She shouldn't have posted it. Isabella Marie said, I think your messages are coming back around. My messages are coming back around? What do you mean? Michael could, oh, you mean like I'm rereading? Yeah, probably. Yeah. Michael Couture 337 said, this has been going on for years with actors, but NYC isn't the place to be for privacy. Oh man, oh, gosh, I lost where I was. Av said, also she posted the story in the airplane straight after Luke's, which sparked off huge interest. I mean, true. Rosari said, which is why Luke got it so bad. Well, Nicola isn't as much because she's attempting to control the narrative. Oh, I mean, there's truth to that. He kind of just let it be. He chose not to address things, and she's choosing to address things. That's why I'm like, there's value in keeping quiet, but there's also value in just addressing things. Shelton.zoo said, Nick is always so careful. It seems hand-holding was intentional PDA, especially in NYC for a pic. Perhaps, but that's not... Maybe she's okay with a pic, but she was not okay with a video. Who knows? I don't know. Because people ask, what's the difference between the festival and this one? Well, the festival were pictures. It wasn't filming. Marie 3 answered, there was a second video of them a block down crossing the street, so it looks like they were followed. Okay, that's scary. Isabella said, affirm, please. Affirm, please. Priscilla said, do you think if she and Luke come out official with their significant others, there will be more or less attention? Less. Because I don't think the public is as interested in their significant others. I think people were more interested if they got together. If they're saying, like, it's really serious with these two, like, for Nicola, she has someone who's kind of, like, he's an actor. He's been in stuff, but he's not famous, like, not to her level. So maybe there's a little bit of interest there for him, but not really. On Luke's side, that person is not famous at all. So it's like I think it would be less attention. So it's worth just saying that they're with other people because I think people wouldn't care as much. At least I wouldn't care as much. So maybe I'm projecting because I wouldn't care. Dowsy49 said, you need to hold someone's hand or arm because you cannot see her. You cannot see her. You need to hold someone's hand or arm because you cannot see her. Not sure what's that. Gianna says she's a celebrity though. Sarah Beth says, we can love them respectfully. We can do better. Gianna said, I'm not saying she doesn't deserve privacy. Just don't understand what she's upset about. Tam Spin said, I heard somewhere that in London you aren't allowed to film or take pics in public. Michelle.T49 said, I think we would notice them more with the bucket hats. You're not wrong. Jill Finn77 says, there's just too much focus on catching her and finding out who she is with. It's a mystery. Lauren said, I'm mostly sad that she probably won't share pollen content much anymore. I think she still will. Because pollen is still her work. She's not going to stop showing pollen-related things when that's work-related stuff, you know? But maybe you're worried about behind the scenes. I mean, that might be a possibility. Tanisha said, I just don't understand how the fandom got to this place. It used to be fun and it's so toxic now. I know. Tanisha, apparently, Ronnie has said that this is part of the cycle of fandom. Somewhere or something. I don't know. But it is kind of sad because it really was a lot of fun. Amy Stribbling once said, back in the day, I waited for the Tiger Beat to come out to see who Donny Osmond married. Sarah Beth says, maybe we should be more like London, and try and give them space to live. I mean, one can dream, right? Edie said, I live in an NYC neighborhood and have famous neighbors come and go. We don't pap them. Okay, another acknowledgement that it is a choice. Michael Coulter 337 said, age isn't the issue. She is an actor and people want to know, sadly. Good night, Karina. I mean, obviously, you're probably already long gone by the time I saw this. Lauren said, I was literally in NYC last week and I saw Adam Driver but didn't film him. LMAO. Edie said Bruce Willis, Ron Howard, Michael J. Fox were all neighbors at one point. Oh, fun. Kim says there's tons of actor and actresses with large age gaps. That's their business. YOLO0056 says going on vacation to NYC and expecting privacy is wild. Isabella Marie said maybe they held hands because they're not home to take care of each other. Av said they will be noticed because of the mystery that surrounds her relationships. Jennifer says she should come up to CT. Is that Connecticut? We will give her privacy. LOL. Av said agree that they were walking casually. That's how it looked like to me. It didn't look like they were getting chased at that time. But maybe I was wrong. Because I was like, I keep hearing this narrative and I'm like, are we seeing different things? And we might be. Lauren says she should vacation here in May next time. LOL. Michael Coulter 337 said the video was not that much, guys. I saw a short video of walking. Isabella Marie said, come to South Pass. Very low-key and lots of cute places. We'll leave you alone. Kim said, right, someone was waiting to film them. Bridgie Pollenstan said, just glad it finally came out. Av said, also she... Oh, wait, no, I already read that one. Laura Daniels 97 said, she holds Luke's hands and say they are just BFFs, so what is the difference? Personally, for me, Laura, it was the fact that she was walking as she was holding his hands. Because of the interview question about holding hands while walking. That's the only reason, for me personally. Because I never saw it with Luke. They always held hands, but stationary, standing, not necessarily walking. Lauren said the person was waiting outside to film because info dropped that she was at the play. Cindy says she needs security. Killed Crazy Briggy says she had to take the post down. Lukey said no touching while playing decoy. Just kidding. You're so funny. Killed Crazy. Lauren said they literally filmed her leaving the doors. Lack Diva said, I think it was the real time thing. Bessie Boo said, I hope she enjoyed the play. Oh, I love that. You're like, after all of this, at least I hope she enjoyed the play. Bridgie Pollenstan said, dang, that's terrible. They really waited for her? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did. Lat Diva said, hate the game, don't hate the player. Kim said she's in NYC for business and pleasure. It seems she's entitled to enjoy a vacay without drama. Oh, Isabella said, because you said after a certain number, your messages disappear. Yeah. Thankfully, I have not hit that now. And I might be able to end this live soon because it's like I'm not hitting the 99 plus new messages anymore, which is great. Kim said, I don't think maybe I don't think she likes the sneaky filming. Maybe that's what it is. MK13 said, if they were followed, I would hold hands with my friends too. I mean, valid. Av said, I agree there will be much less attention. It surprised me why they don't realize this. Kim said, I think it will calm down now that it's all out in the open. Jesus says she's upset that people were waiting for her outside the theater and followed her for a bit. Geraldine said, yes, but double standards. It feels so sad. Bridgie Pollenstan said, it's so toxic. ABCD1234 says she's reached a level of fame now. She needs security when she goes out. JDubs14 said, toxic for sure. So sad. Rosario said, I honestly didn't think that video was so bad. I don't think it's the content. It's probably how it made her feel about the invasion of privacy. Or, as some people said, real time. Might have been that other element as well. MK13 says it's an unfortunate part of it is part of a fandomness. Lauren said, I will say I'm shocked she didn't have security. Karina03 said, it looked like a leisurely stroll, the video I saw. Samesies. That's what I saw. Marie3 answered, they weren't being chased but followed. Don't even think they realized. Kim said, I noticed a lot of creators have taken down the video to honor her request. I love that. I appreciate that. Av said, just to clarify, I live in the UK and you can film others, but it is illegal to film children. MK13 said they were walking, and she did say that. Vixter51 said, I think she said something now before it escalates to even worse behavior. Probably. Good point, Vixter. PCB says hi. Hello. ALJAWA said, I feel bad for her. Priscilla said, thank you for talking it out with us. Good night. Good night. Av said, British people in general are more reserved about celebs and not too excited. So not too much filming. She needs to learn stealth mode from Lukey. ALJAWA said, everyone deserves privacy and respect. And Nikki said, I think she is still new to this new life. ALJAWA said, by the way, it's my name. I know it's hard to say. I apologize that I'm not saying it. I know the importance and value of people saying your name. So, is it Aljawa? I don't know if that's correct. Is it Aljawa? Oh yeah. Okay, great. Because I mean, I know you said it's okay, but sometimes I feel like people say that because they've given up hope that people will try. So, Karina03 said, Phoebe, I've missed it. How is your dad? You know, I thought he was going to be just fine, but apparently, like, yeah, he has the pneumonia and all this stuff, but apparently they found some abnormality in the lining of his abdomen. And they're like, just get it checked again in 6 months. I'm like, excuse me, no. 6 months is a long time. Figure it out. Like, what is that? It probably has something to do with his cancer. You know, it's been, so I don't know. I'm like, I literally told my dad, look, I can only grieve one person at a time. So, like, get it together. Fight this through. Because I hate cancer. I hate cancer so much. Sanibel said, you could tell they were trying to get out of there quickly. They weren't strolling. Okay, see, I think I'm seeing a different video. Because this is the second person has told me this. So I must be seeing a different video. The one that I saw, they were definitely, no, I shouldn't say definitely. They didn't look like they were trying to get anywhere quickly. They looked like they were just strolling. Susie said, I heard they were being chased down just to film them. Aljawa said it means highest level of love. Oh, I love that. Karina03 said, too long. So sorry. Keeping you both in my prayers. I hate it too. Av says, I hope your dad feels better soon, Phoebe. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, folks. I've hit the end. Thank you so much for your time. Really appreciated it. It was a great live. Always appreciate y'all's. Have a good night. Bye.